Hey there, Mama. Welcome back to the next step in your postpartum wellness journey. If you've been feeling a little bit off, maybe foggy, extra emotional, or like your body just isn't coming back the way that you'd hoped, you're not alone. Today, we're talking about two of the key players in your recovery: detoxification and balancing hormones. Now, I know these can sound a little bit intimidating, but stay with me. This isn't about extreme cleanses, and it's not about adding on expensive supplements. It's about supporting your body's natural processes to help you feel more like yourself again. So, to understand both detox and hormones, we're going to start with detox and why it matters postpartum. Your body is amazing. It's built to naturally clear out toxins. And this happens mainly through your liver and kidneys, but can also include your skin and other mucous membranes. Now, when we think about breastfeeding here, the thing we want to remember is that our breast is a modified sweat gland. So if we detox through sweat glands, we also put those toxins into breast milk. And this is why I think it's so important to address detox, because things like hormonal shifts, nutrient depletion, environmental toxins, and the self made toxins we have as we are rebalancing out our microbiome and our hormones after birth all slow down our detox process. So it leaves us with that postpartum bloat, that sluggish sensation, or just feeling not quite like yourself. If we think of our body like a house, during pregnancy, it's been hosting a major event, your baby. Afterwards, it's time to clean up, reset, and get everything running smoothly again. And that's what detox is all about: gently clearing out the clutter so that your body can thrive. What most people don't realize is that our hormones are put through our detox systems in order to get rid of them. So, specifically estrogen, which is at its highest during pregnancy. In order for us to get it to our lowest point, we are using all of our detox pathways. If we are also having things like endocrine disrupting chemicals that are getting concentrated because we're getting rid of a lot of fluid volume after birth, if we have other intermediary toxins that aren't getting processed well because of nutrient deficiencies, these build up in our blood. And for breastfeeding moms, they end up in our breast milk, especially during those first 4 weeks of breastfeeding, where our breast is still establishing the breast blood barrier. So, here's a few simple things that you can do to make sure that you are getting your body's detox pathways opened. One, we need to hydrate. Our kidneys are one of our primary detox organs. And as our fluids are shifting, we are getting rid of a lot of waste. We need to keep that flushing happening and replenish the amount of water that we need to make breast milk. So we aim for around 3 liters of water a day. Adding a little bit of lemon or ginger to your water, cucumber, can add a little extra boost so that you're getting it in faster. We want to make sure that we are getting all of our micronutrients in. We go in depth into this into Detox Mama in using food for gut health and for detoxification. But simple ways to do it: eat the rainbow. Your liver thrives on nutrients. So leafy greens, beets, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, and even berries help provide the antioxidants and the nutrients your liver needs to work its magic. And detox happens when we rest. So we need to make sure that we are getting adequate sleep in. That's when our liver is the most active and clearing out what our body doesn't need. After pregnancy, our body is riding the ultimate roller coaster. We go from highest highs to lowest lows with breastfeeding. And this dramatic shift can lead to us feeling emotional, fatigued, anxious, and doubting ourselves. Then there's also cortisol to think about. This is our stress hormone. Cortisol helps our baby's lungs mature. So during labor, we get a big spike in our cortisol levels in order to help baby breathe in those first few moments of life. Sometimes our cortisol stays up, especially if we've experienced birth trauma. And birth trauma doesn't have to be something happened to you or baby. It can simply be that the outcome you wanted didn't happen for you. It can increase our total load that we are dealing with and help contribute to things like sleepless nights and the endless responsibilities and the mental load of motherhood, and send us into overdrive. So when our stress response is constantly set to on, it disrupts our hormone balance even more. All of our hormones come from the big precursor, and it's not pregnenolone, it's actually cholesterol. Cholesterol is where all of our sex hormones start their journey. They get transformed into that big mother hormone, pregnenolone. And then we have two main pathways that happen from here. We have our stress hormone pathway and our sex hormone pathway. Our stress hormone pathway will always win the fight because we need to survive in order to reproduce. It doesn't matter if our sex hormones are out of balance, so long as we can outrun that saber-toothed tiger. When we leave our bodies in a setting of fight or flight, especially in that postpartum period, we're identifying all of the negative things around us. We're looking for everything that is triggering that response so that we can turn it off. It's what leads to all the anxiety. And it's one of the main contributors to feeling anxious. The other is leaky gut, and we'll cover that more in a little bit. But when we can rebalance that stress hormone to sex hormone pathway, and when we can look at getting that regulated back out, it helps tremendously with how we feel. So, what are some simple and easy things that you can do right now to help support your hormones? One, get the right nutrients. Hormones come from cholesterol. We need healthy fats. Things like avocado, olive oil, fatty fish all help to produce your hormones. The other thing that our hormones rely on is fiber. Well, fiber is what helps to eliminate old hormones from our digestive system. They get processed, they go into our liver, into our bile, and then come out in our stool. So things like flax seeds, chia seeds, fresh fruits and vegetables all help to clear that out and help to regulate our bowel movements after birth. We also want to include stress-busting nutrients. Foods that are rich in things like magnesium, like dark chocolate, almonds, and spinach, can help calm our stress response and support better sleep. And better sleep always means happier hormones. It took your body 9 months to create your baby, to nurture life and to grow. It's going to take at least 6 to 9 months for your body to reset. What we know is that your pelvic floor and your muscles aren't back to 95% strength until 18 months after delivery. So, continuing these changes, adding in these things, even if you don't see a big response in the first few days, long-term is going to pay off tremendously for your body. Whether it's drinking more water, adding leafy greens to your plate, or taking 5 minutes to do some deep meditative breathing, it is a huge step toward feeling your best. And these small habits pay off over time. I want you to remember that you deserve to feel your best. If you feel like you need support with detox, our free detox guide gives you the first steps in an easy to follow PDF form and explains a little bit more about the detox process that I've done in this video. So I'll also include a link below to this in case you want to download it to get started. Thanks for spending some more time with me. And in our next video, we'll dive into your nervous system and how to manage the stress and chaos of motherhood.